You've been there. The gnawing pit in your stomach when she vanishes. You send a text, nothing. Hours bleed into days. You watch her scroll through life online, laughing at memes, posting sunsets, yet your messages float in the void. It stings. Your mind races. Was I too eager? Did I misstep? You dissect every word, every emoji, like a detective solving a crime with no clues. Here's the liberating truth you've been blind to. Her silence isn't your failure, it's your catalyst. Let's shatter the illusion. Modern dating isn't a romance novel, it's a chessboard. When she ignores you, she's not passive, she's strategic. This is a test, not of your worth, but of your mastery over yourself. Women probe for weakness, not because they're cruel, but because evolution hardwired them to seek the unshakable. React with neediness, you lose. Respond with stoic resolve, you ascend. Number 1. The illusion of control and why it's poison. Her silence echoes louder than any insult, a haunting void that tempts you to measure your worth against her absence. But pause. Feel that weight pressing on your chest, the restless ache in your gut, the cold silence of your phone screen staring back at you. Is this truly where your value resides? No. You must understand this fundamental truth. You control nothing beyond the borders of your own mind. Not the rhythm of her replies, not the flicker of her attention, not the unpredictable currents of her desires. Stoicism does not teach you to become numb or unfeeling. It teaches you to aim your focus like a sharpened spear. When her silence stretches out like an empty road, ask yourself, what can I command in this moment? The answer is always the same. Your habits, the small rituals that anchor you, your mindset, the stories you choose to believe, your growth, the quiet, relentless pursuit of becoming someone who no longer waits for permission to feel worthy. Number 2. The art of strategic inaction. Weakness is desperate. It thrashes, pleads, and begs for a response, any response, just to soothe the unbearable ache of uncertainty. Strength, however, is the opposite. It flourishes in silence, in the calm command of restraint. When she pulls away, when her replies vanish into the void, the primal mind erupts with frantic demands. Fix it. Double text. Explain yourself. Prove your worth before it's too late. But Stoicism, ever the quiet guide, leans in and murmurs, wait. Let her absence echo. Let silence become your canvas, a mirror reflecting your steadiness. What's more unsettling than a man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't scramble to repair what he didn't break? By refusing to chase, you unveil the steel in your spine. You send a silent message that your attention isn't a handout to be snatched at will. Let her sit in the silence you refuse to fill. Let her wonder why her absence hasn't disturbed your peace. In that void, you become the question she can't answer. Number 3. The rebirth of dignity. Imagine this. She vanishes into silence after what felt like a flawless date, the kind where conversation flows effortlessly, smiles linger a second too long, and the air hums with possibility. Most men crumble under the weight of uncertainty, replaying every word, dissecting every glance, suffocating under the desperate need for answers. They beg for closure, their dignity dissolving into late-night texts and unchecked insecurities. But you become a beautiful contradiction, the calm eye in a raging storm. You lace up your running shoes and let the burn in your muscles silence the noise in your mind. You immerse yourself in your work, not as a distraction, but as a declaration. Your purpose existed long before her, and it will thrive long after. You gather your friends, your laughter echoing through the night, like a man too full of life to shrink for anyone's absence. By appearing to do nothing, you do everything. You radiate self-worth, silently proclaiming, I am the prize, with or without you. And if she never finds her way back, the real victory is clear. You already reclaimed your power the moment you chose yourself. Number 4. Why your calm is kryptonite to her games. Every ignored message is a trapdoor, silently creaking open beneath your feet. One step in the wrong direction, one impulsive response fueled by anxiety or longing, and you plummet headfirst into her arena, her domain, where emotions reign and control is hers to wield. But stand your ground, unmoved by the silence, and the earth itself begins to tremble under her feet instead. Why isn't he chasing? Why isn't he unraveling? Every unanswered text becomes a mirror reflecting her own uncertainty back at her, forcing her to confront the rarest kind of man, the one who cannot be baited, cannot be swayed by a moment's provocation. Women test not out of cruelty, but out of craving, a craving for strength, for certainty, for a man whose sense of self is so unshakable that her storms break harmlessly against him. Your silence, your composure, your refusal to dance to her tune. It's unnerving, hypnotic even, like the eerie stillness before a storm. What does he know that I don't? What makes him so sure, so solid, so untouchable? It's not arrogance, it's mastery, and few things are more alluring than a man who's mastered himself. Number 5. The ultimate truth. You outgrow the need to win her. Stoicism isn't about clawing your way back into her life, grasping at fading memories like a man lost at sea reaching for driftwood. It's about stepping entirely off that desperate stage. It's about transcending the exhausting game of pursuit and validation, rising so far above it that the rules no longer apply to you. While others scramble for fleeting attention, reduced to shadows begging for scraps of affection, you become the man who dines at the table of self-mastery. What's more intoxicating than a person who doesn't crave approval, who stands whole and unwavering in his own worth? Let her silence be more than just empty air. Let it howl like the cold wind against your skin, sharpening your focus, hardening your resolve, reminding you that your fire was never meant to be fueled by her presence. Build a life so unapologetically rich with purpose, discipline, and quiet strength that her absence becomes less than a footnote in your story. When your peace no longer hinges on her attention, you transform into something rare, an enigma, a force, the one who walks away unshaken. And in a world addicted to validation, nothing is more magnetic than the man who needs none. Final move. The next time she disappears into silence, don't flinch, smile. Let that void become your canvas, your proving ground, your personal arena where your evolution begins. Her absence is not a loss. It's a stage set for your rise. Let her unanswered texts and cold indifference echo back, not with desperation, but with the sound of your relentless footsteps toward greatness. Reply not with words, but with the sculpting of your own legend. Elevate your career until your name commands respect in rooms she'll never enter. Carve your body into a testament of discipline, each rep a silent declaration that you answer only to yourself. Dive into your passions with an obsession so fierce, it leaves no space for distractions. Can she feel it? The shift in power? The moment her silence became irrelevant, replaced by the roar of your purpose. A king does not beg for attention. He commands it effortlessly, not through arrogance, but through the quiet gravity of his presence. The throne is yours, not because you took it, but because you realized no one else was ever worthy of it. Now sit. Let her watch, or let her vanish. Either way, you reign.